I don't usually join in any kind of protest or boycott, but when I do, I have a damn good reason. Yo, what's up everybody? This is your Coach Renz, and I want to thank you for taking this time to spend with me. For anybody who's been participating in our drawings, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers and all my patrons at Patreon, because it's you guys who make this channel work. And if you want to participate in our drawing, I'm going to announce the winner later on tonight. Our drawing for a 10-pack of Uncle Renz Popcorn, please put hashtag Uncle Renz Popcorn down here in the bottom. You can go ahead and shop with us though at letter U, the letter R, and the word popcorn.com. If you want one of these bracelets, go to CoachRenz.com. But, oh, and also like and share this video. NFL. First, let's look at the history. Here's the history that I want you guys to understand. The NFL is a business. The NFL is about making money. But the NFL does have a ruling power. They have a power base. The NFL has decided that if a player on the field kneels during the national anthem, that they will be fined. That the player can stay in the back, stay in the background, the back of the bus. That the player can stay in the locker room, in the corridor, if they don't want to participate, if they don't want to. But what they can't do is kneel. They cannot express themselves. They cannot take their constitutional right of protesting, of the right to assembly and protest, of freedom of speech. They can't have that in the NFL. This is what they've said recently. They have said this because of the movement of Colin Kaepernick and other NFL players joining him in kneeling during the national anthem. And I mean kneeling on one knee. One knee. So, they've taken that. They've taken that route. Through political pressure, through pressure of their base fan, who are incredibly patriotic Caucasian Americans. That's their base fan. Even though I live in Atlanta and their base fan is half black, and the rest of the NFL is Caucasian. So let's get that straight. For all those who are saying they don't want the black dollar is not their base fan. So Colin Kaepernick kneels because of the police brutality, because of the murdering, the deaths that has come of innocent people through police brutality. Not everyone is innocent, but not everyone could have died. Not everyone was in a position where they needed to fire. They apprehend white kids shooting up schools. They apprehend these people all the time. So I do have to question their ability to apprehend people instead of murdering people. So Colin Kaepernick took a knee. But let's go before Colin Kaepernick, because was this an isolated thing? Is this the first time? Is this the first time this has happened in the NFL? No, it's not. Many of you know who Tim Tebow is, 2012. Tim Tebow came out of University of Florida, was this great player. Had a really good 4 or 5 games at the end of the season for the Broncos. Got all kinds of 3 contracts, Major League Baseball contracts. But in 2012, before he got those extra 3 contracts, Tim Tebow kneeled during the national anthem, said that he couldn't stand for a country that allowed for abortion, that he couldn't stand up for a flag. But he said, I am not standing against the flag. Just like Kaepernick said, I'm not standing against the flag. He said that he is doing this for his religious belief. Colin Kaepernick is of the same religion. So what's the difference? What's the difference? NFL, what's the difference? What's the difference, people? People listening, what's the difference? Let me give you some clues of the difference. Now, of course, the obvious difference that many people are going to say is that one person is black and one person is white. Because they're both Christian. They both played quarterback. They both were leaders of their teams. The skill set of one player over the other doesn't really matter. But they both were there. Even though one player is a starting quarterback, has always been a starting quarterback, but cannot get a contract. What is the difference? Is it because Colin Kaepernick is black and Tim Tebow is white? Is that the only difference? Is that the only difference? I'm going to say no, it's not. It's not the only difference. I want to point out something to you that you may not have considered, may not have thought about. And then I want to get into the meat of the message. And I'm going to point this out very quickly. Colin Kaepernick, he got on one knee for police brutality towards minorities, towards black men and women. Tim Tebow got on his knee because of the taking of life, the murdering and abortion of fetuses. Both are taking a knee for the taking of life. For the taking of life. Both are kneeling for that. Here's the difference. If I said abortion and fetus, what image comes to your mind? Usually, if you're black, the baby is black that comes to your mind. If you're white, the baby is white that comes to your mind. Whatever you are, whatever your hue, your skin tone, that's the image that comes to your mind of the child, of the life that's being taken, is that one image that looks like you. You're usually going to think of a white baby, black baby, Asian baby, Spanish baby. You're going to think of a baby that looks like you. And so you are connecting to that. NFL owners think of a baby that looks like them. They're connecting to that. They don't have a problem with it. The reason why he was a model American citizen, because most Americans would think of a baby that looks like them, who celebrated, who agree with him. What's the difference? Colin Kaepernick said specifically, police brutality towards minorities, towards black people. So if you're white and you think about Colin Kaepernick taking a knee against police brutality, who comes to your mind? A black person, a black man. You're not even thinking about a woman like Sandra Bland. You're thinking about a black man. You're not even thinking about an upstanding black man who has a family, has a job, has a career, owns a business, law-abiding. You're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about another Christian, Muslim, black man who may sit next to you in your mosque or in your congregation. You're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about the black guy who works in the same office as you. You're not thinking about that. What you're thinking about is the black guy who's of lower income, walking around with his pants sagging, bandanas on his head, thinking about him smoking weed, doing drugs, selling drugs, having 11 children. You're not thinking about the fact of the black man who takes care of his family. You know, there's a myth out there that black men don't take care of their kids. And that's a myth. The majority of black men are involved in their children's lives. I'm flabbergasted at the fact that most black men that I ever even come in contact with, not that I know, that I come in contact with, take care of their children, upper income and lower income. But that's a whole nother video for another time. That's not the image that comes into your mind. The image that comes into your mind is that Kaepernick is kneeling for the thugs, the gangsters, the drug dealers, the one that's breaking laws, the one that's in and out of jail. That's the image that comes into your mind that Kaepernick is taking a knee for. You're not thinking about the guy just selling CDs on the side of the street. You're not thinking about the kid who's standing in his grandparents' backyard. You're not thinking about the guy who legally has a gun and tells the police officer he does, and the police officer still shoots him. You're not thinking about those fathers. You're not thinking about those guys. You're thinking about the criminals. And that's who you think Kaepernick is kneeling for. And even those guys, if there's still no reason to shoot them. If a white kid can shoot up a school and he's apprehended, white kid can shoot up a church and he's apprehended, then why can't a black guy who's selling drugs or selling CDs be apprehended and not murdered, killed, and choked out? You're not thinking about that. But see, the NFL only saw Tim Tebow as he's kneeling for the little white babies if you're white. He's kneeling for the little black babies if you're black. He's kneeling for that. So he's a golden model American citizen, while Kaepernick is kneeling for the thugs and the gangsters and the drug dealers and all that sort of thing. So he's disrespectful to the American flag. But let me tell you the main reason why I protest with them. And I hope that the players, NFL players, understand this aspect of it. The NFL is making you into more and more slaves. They're making you slaves. They're taking away your basic rights. They're taking away your freedom to protest, to freedom to assemble. Every NFL player knows that the NFL never came out for the national anthem, didn't play the national anthem until the military began to pay them. The military and the government pays the NFL to play the national anthem, to bring out the flag. We pay them, they're paid in order for military people to be on the field. Trust me, I know. We did it for Tampa Bay Buccaneers when I was in the Marine Corps station down there. We had to pay them for us to be out there. We had to rotate units to man the guns on their little pirate ship. It's a paid gig for the NFL. The NFL is not some super patriotic organization. They're monetary. It's purely about money. So you kneeling, you disrespecting it, is messing with their money. And they can't have that. So look here, slave, get in line, get in order, get yourself together. You're either going to stand for this flag because we're getting paid, or you're going to stand in the hallway because we're getting paid. Now, I have two different levels of protest that I believe the NFL players should take. The one that I believe they should actually take, the one that will have the most impact, is sit out. Sit out. Don't play. Don't play at all. Sit out. This is why you have your players association. This is why you have your union. Sit out. Don't play. I'm not watching. I don't care if it's at a sports bar. I'm not going to a restaurant where the game is playing. I'm not watching at all. There's no way they're going to get any Nielsen ratings from me at all. Not watching at home, not streaming. I don't watch TV anyway. I stream. I'm not streaming. None of that's happening, right? At all. I won't be paying for any streaming. But players, sit out. Black players is obvious why you should be sitting out. White players, you should be sitting out because they're taking your freedom. They're taking your ability to express yourself. Yeah, they let Tim Tebow get away with it then, but it won't happen again. I guarantee it won't happen. Tom Brady, take a knee. Even though I don't like you because you beat my Falcons, take a knee. Take a knee and see what happens. You think you're golden, boy? They'll take your freedoms too. Just because you're white don't mean you're on their team. Their team is ownership. Their team is dollars. So take a knee. Brady, see what happens. See what happens. Roethlisberger, take a knee. See what happens. I dare any of you white guys, take a knee. See what happens. I dare you to not play. White guys, you should not play because they're taking away your freedom of expression. They're enslaving you in the same way. So take your opportunity and take a knee. Don't stand for it. The NFL is an organization that's geared towards money, and the NFL is an organization right now that's geared towards making sure that you don't disrupt their flow of money. They're giving into political pressures, and as long as you allow them to do that, take 1 inch, then they'll take the whole thing. The 1 inch, they'll take the whole thing. Give them a rope, they want to be a cowboy, basically is the idea. So I'm going to support this protest, this boycott, because it is about your ability to speak. It is about your ability to express yourself. It is about your ability to stand as a man or a woman for what you believe in. And it is about you having that freedom to do so. And it's about an organization, a company, because if one company feels it can get away with it, then the next company will feel the same way and do it. And before you know it, you're living in a world where every turn there is nothing but slavery. Every turn, those who control your money is keeping you in bondage. You're already in certain levels of it, but don't give up all of it. Don't give it all away. So let's protest. Let's stop this. Because the NFL is wrong. You're wrong, NFL. This time, you're damn sure wrong. And for a president, you got North Korea, you got Russia, you got Syria, you got so many other things going on in the world. You're concerned about NFL players and a flag? Really? Really? You're being distracted just as well as Americans are being distracted. It's amazing. It is an amazing thing. I'm so very disappointed in you. Incredibly disappointed in you. Your ghostwriter was very good. You had a very good ghostwriting publicist back in the 80s and 90s. So very disappointed. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Keep on. Put hashtag Uncle Ren's Popcorn in the bottom. I'm exhausted with this one, even though I'm less passionate than previous videos. But y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself. Why? Because your greatness is non-negotiable. Realize that, NFL players. Your greatness is non-negotiable. It is not your money that makes you great. It is your character that makes you great. Your greatness is non-negotiable. Free yourself so you can be yourself.